Hey, it's Lydian Wolf, owner of Summer Dragon Studios, and in this video, I'm going to give you guys a full overview for the design of my tactical fursuiting harness. So first, I'm going to be going over the design of the prototype, which I'm wearing right now. This one I made to solve a personal problem, and when I revealed it on my Instagram, it was met with very positive response. So, I've decided to finalize the design, solve the issues I've had with my prototype, and offer it for sale. So first I'm going to go over the design of the prototype, and then I'll talk about some of the flaws that it offers, and then I will show my final design options which solve those problems. So the one that I'm wearing right now is actually in several pieces. The first piece is this belt, which I did not make, and then the bag and the water bottle holder are suspended from the belt by these loops here. So I just slide the belt through the loops and put it on. And then they're attached around the thighs with these Velcro based straps here, so they're sturdy and don't flop around. And I've got this really sturdy webbing set up holding it on, so even if I do put a ton of weight in the pouch, it's not going to fall off or come undone. Same for the water bottle holder. It's a little less of a sturdy webbing setup because it's more narrow, which is one of the design flaws with the prototype, as a water bottle is probably going to be heavier than your keys, phone, wallet. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I put the entire setup on, and I do this before putting the fursuit head on so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So here we've got the belt, everything is suspended from it. I have to spread it out a bit, but the first thing I'm going to do is put them on here, and then just put the belt on above the tail, so the tail kind of keeps the belt on. I don't want to put the belt too tight because then it squeezes the fursuit and makes it look a bit funny, and the tail does enough of a job holding it up that I don't have to tighten the belt very much. And then I'm going to slide the bag around to where I want it to sit. I have it a little more forward. It could be right on the side, but this seems to work better. And then I'm going to take this strap, bring it all the way around, and attach the Velcro here. And same for the water bottle holder. I'm going to find it, slide it around to where I want. Here. And then put on the Velcro strap. And there we go. Takes a bit of adjusting. I have to fix the fur underneath it because it ruffles up the fur a bit. But that's how I put this one on. It's not super complicated, but at the same time, it could be easier. Now, one of the main flaws with this prototype system is just the complexity of it. There are 3 separate pieces that all have to be put together while you're wearing a full body suit, which can be difficult. So, one thing I want to do to solve this issue is make it so that if it is multiple pieces, you can put them together before having to put it on. So when you put it on, it's just one piece, and you can strap it around your legs and your waist. Another minor issue with my prototype is the fact that I used a stretchy fabric to build the bags. I was able to avoid having any problems with it by using a strip of a non-stretchy material. This is denim, and sewing it around so that the bag itself doesn't stretch and some weight can be put on it. But that means that the straps stretch a little bit. This doesn't stretch. This is sturdy webbing to hold it up. And the same thing with the water bottle. It has a strip of denim around. I will not be using stretchy material to make the final design for sale. The intent is to use canvas fabric, which is a really sturdy, usually cotton kind of fabric that's often used for bags. And then for the straps, I'll be using regular webbing like this, just like you would with most harnesses. The leg straps will also be made from the same kind of webbing. Another thing I want to do with the final design is to have a belt that matches the rest of the set. So whatever color the bags and the straps are going to be, I want a belt that will match that. So mine is going to be black, but I've heard other people want them in different colors. So I'm going to be including a belt with each set that will match it, have the same aesthetic, and also be more suited to wearing with a fursuit. I'll probably make a thicker, sturdier belt, because the wider the belt, the less funny it looks with the bodysuit. So for my final design, I've got a few options set up here. I've drawn them out to the best of my ability. So the first option is having a single piece harness where the bags are permanently attached to the belt and the straps. So everything is one piece, and it would have one pouch and one water bottle holder in every set, so they would all have the same thing. I would use like a plastic buckle for the belt and Velcro again on the leg straps because that's easier to put on when you're wearing a fursuit. My second option is making it modular using the Molly strap webbing system. This is something the military actually uses for bags and other tactical gear, and I thought it would be interesting. It both adds to the tactical feel of the harness, but also is super practical. It would allow for a variety of different attachments, like we could have the pouch, the water bottle holder, anything else. It would also allow for the use of things that I don't necessarily make. So anything that fits with this Molly system can be used with this harness. So this one, it is the belt and the rest of the harness are all attached to each other, but then it has these sections with the webbing so that you can attach pieces to it. The third option is almost identical to the prototype, where it's hanging from the belt, so we have the loops on the different attachments that can dangle from the belt, like that. This, I think, is my least favorite option, just because of the complexity of trying to put it all on and having everything dangling. I'm honestly leaning toward the Molly system a lot more than anything else, because I like how it looks. I like the simplicity of being able to put it on, but also the option to remove and change pieces. The one piece is also potentially a good option, but not necessarily the best. So, yeah, I'm leaning more toward this webbing system. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. So yeah, that was my prototype and my plans for the future. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.